people start to realize our differences aren't as big as they seem.
I couldn't really understand the magnitude of what was going on.
I know a lot of people were affected.
You know, it's still that divide.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network and Wish TV, this is Our City, Our Voice.
You look a lot different at it.
Everybody was kind of spinning about what it was and what was happening.
Everything's changed.
Everything's changed.
Indiana is rapidly emerging as a hub for digital innovation. The state is home to more than 9,000 tech firms, and they're realizing some of the untapped potential in the form of small and mid-sized businesses. So what exactly does that look like? For that answer, Wish TV contributor Emil Ekiyor joins us now. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Well, before we get to how these tech firms are approaching these businesses, first tell us more about the landscape in terms of these small and mid-sized businesses being, or SMBs, being in the Hoosier State.
So our region, the Central Indiana region, has done an amazing job of building this vibrant tech ecosystem. So Ting Goody, who's the CEO of TechPoint today, used to be the CEO of Elevate Ventures years ago. So she had line of sight on how do you build this ecosystem by engaging investors, small businesses, and just creating an environment where if you have an idea as a small business or as a founder, as they called, I can actually go from idea to what they call exit, meaning my company sells for hundreds of millions of dollars. Creating that environment here in Indianapolis was so vital. And 20, 30 years ago, we didn't have that. When the last 10 to 15 years, we've created that, where if you're a small business owner, if you're a student that graduates from Purdue University, and you have an idea to start a business, you have an environment now in our city to plug into, to go from idea to what they call aha, meaning my business can actually make money.
Right.
And then from there to getting customers and then maybe selling your business down the road. So today we are probably the #1 city in the Midwest when it comes to, can I plug in with an idea and exit my business 5, 10 years down the road?
Wow, that was my question in terms of the ecosystem changing. I mean, this is recent. You said within the last 15 years.
Yes.
Much of because of TechPoint?
Well, TechPoint played a vital role, but we also had Elevate Ventures. So Elevate Ventures is also a quasi-government entity that was created to invest in venture for the state of Indiana.
Okay.
So you have them, you have TechPoint, which is part of the CICP. So those entities are intentionally built to spark this environment. 10 years ago, 15 years ago, today we're seeing the fruits of that labor, where people are coming to our city and we are being known as the tech hub of the Midwest, the crossroads of the Midwest. Come to Indianapolis and you get a chance to, things happen faster there.
That's a beautiful thing, right? Well, TechPoint recently hosted InTech Connect to foster these relationships. And as a business owner yourself,
yes.
How vital is networking like this?
So if you were the ecosystem leader as TechPoint, that means you win because everybody wins. So you have to be the driver. You have to bring people together. You have to share ideas. What's new in the industry? What's coming down the pipe? How do we connect with each other? How do I connect a small business owner with an anchor like Eli Lilly's, right? How do I get the small business owner to understand, like, hey, Lilly's is building this multi-billion-dollar facility in Lebanon. Here's how you prepare yourself to compete for those opportunities. So you need those entities like a TechPoint to drive those things, those intentional collisions, they call it sometimes, right? So we have that with TechPoint. We have Elevate Ventures, and we've talked about the Rally Cross-Sector Innovation Conference, which is the largest cross-sector innovation conference in the country, right here in Indianapolis. So all of those things are recent, right? We've done that, we've built it, now we got to keep it going.
Yeah, I think small and these mid-sized businesses and new graduates, I'm sure they are chomping at the bit, or one would think.
Yes.
How do you create synergy for these tech companies, that line of communication?
Yes, so the term you used earlier, the ecosystem, right? If I'm a tech company and I'm starting, let's say I'm in a tech company in bioscience, the opportunity to be a company that works with Eli Lilly's, right? So as a small business and I start with this idea, I have this invention I'm creating, but because the ecosystem is so connected, the chances of me connecting with an anchor company are real, right? So the only way I'm going to come stay in a city like this if there's ample opportunity if I'm able to access that opportunity, get connected to that opportunity. So that's happening here in Indy. But one of the things here also is trying to make sure that that's happening for all Hoosiers, right? That anybody in the state of Indiana that has an idea, right, to start a business and grow their business has a place to connect and plug in. Especially today in 2025, every business is going to be a tech business. Every business is going to leverage technology. So I say this to the folks at Wish TV here. Wish TV is a tech company because the digital footprint is so strong. Right? So every business going forward is going to use AI, is going to be doing different things with technology. So everyone is going to be a tech company.
Yeah, the wave of the future.
And it's here.
Yes, thank you so much. Wish TV contributor Emil Ekiyor, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Discover more at wishtv.com. And when you follow Wish TV on Facebook, check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.